Sword of the Sea is a new explorative adventure from the studio Giant Squid, released on August 19, 2025 for the PlayStation 5 and Steam. You may know Giant Squid, who previously released other explorative games like Abzu and The Pathless. Sword of the Sea was also directed by Matt Neva, who was the art director behind the game Journey for the PlayStation 3, a similar style game where you explore a desert walking toward a mountain in the distance. And much like that game, Sword in the Sea is all based on exploration and traveling this world. You play as a wraith who is awoken from stone and using the Sword of the Sea is able to surf across the landscape. This wraith is able to interact with different items across the wasteland, like ocean seeds. When interacting with these ocean seeds, the ocean begins to come back to life in the area, allowing this empty world to begin to heal and surround you with the life of the ocean, with different sea creatures then leading you on your way to the next place to restore, which is sometimes the only guide you have, as this game doesn't feature any markers, maps, or directions for where you need to go. It fully pushes the explorative nature of looking around the map for what you need to do. Outside of a couple stages, there's rarely any hints or guides to tell you what you're supposed to do, which on paper sounds like it would be a hassle, but in the moment it really brings a simplistic view of the game, as there's barely any user interface, as there's no giant glowing arrows or anything to cover the screen, allowing you to take in the entire map. The game also has very simple controls to glide across the wasteland. Outside of steering, you have a jump button and an interact button. With these controls, you can slide across the sand, snows, or waters of the world you're helping to restore. In order to restore the world, the Wraith will come across different obstacles and puzzles to get past, like some platforming to reach gems that can be interacted with to unlock doors, or replenish the water of a statue to open new paths in the map. These different puzzles are simple in nature and stay consistent throughout the game. There are also bits of the story that are hidden around as you explore the world that slowly unravel. The story tells the tale of a war that brought this once beautiful land to the desolate place you now stand, and speak of a chosen warrior that wields the Sword of the Sea in order to combat and save this world. You can find these little bits of story scattered around the map through interactable text monuments. These can also give you some information on the area you're in and the lore behind the gates and castles around you. It's not a complex story by any means, but the story isn't the major draw for this game. That would be the beautiful landscapes and the world that is built up. When people talk about video games being an art form, this is the kind of game they're talking about. Every moment of this game is absolutely gorgeous as you zip through it riding on your sword. As you collect ocean seeds, the landscape changes from an empty plain to being filled with ocean life, water, and new items to collect. There are also a couple different landscapes you come across that keep the game feeling fresh. And just watching the landscape change is mesmerizing as the new life surrounds you. And new ways to traverse around begin to be unlocked, like jellyfish that you can bounce off of like trampolines, or wreaths that'll grow and help you float high up, and even chains that'll rise between platforms, letting you grind across them. There's a lot of places to explore around the map, and even some challenge areas you can go through as well. In these challenge areas, you can perform tricks to earn points within a time frame. By completing them, you earn Tetra, which you can use to unlock even more tricks that you can perform on your sword. Unlocking these tricks is purely optional though, and it won't prevent you from progressing in the game should you choose to skip them. Tetra can also be found throughout the map as you travel as well that you can optionally collect. But all the skills that you need to progress through the game are unlocked as you complete the story. Which for me, these challenges were just side stops from what I found most fun about this game, which was just the joy of surfing around and gliding through the world. It very much controls like a snowboarding game in the best ways, and I had too much fun just riding around the maps. This is the best part of the game in my opinion. It almost felt like a drawback to me when the game would pause to show you the changing landscapes as you activated ocean seeds. While beautiful and awe-inspiring, I feel like it would have been better if after the first couple, they played out live around you while you continued to control the Wraith, instead of just putting an immediate halt to the game to show you the ocean coming back to life, especially with how often it happens. While I love the change to the landscapes, it gets a little played out by the end of the game, especially when it interrupts the fact that while you're moving through this game, it's one of the most relaxing games. I spent too much time in this game just zipping through the landscapes, listening to the great relaxing soundtrack. It's the kind of game that, in my opinion, didn't even need a story to keep my attention in it. But while the controls work well for the traveling in this game, the platforming's another story. The controls seem to always fight you as they're made to move fast. So when trying to move more precisely, I found myself missing my jumps or overshooting where I was aiming for. It is a little bit of a setback that these parts of the game seem to go against the flow of the rest of the game, which is otherwise really well done. I also love the fact that the game doesn't give you instructions on where to go or what to do, allowing you to take in the full experience of exploring on your own. While certain parts of the game I did get a bit confused on what I was supposed to be doing or where I was supposed to be going, this didn't ruin my experience, as I was usually able to still figure it out just by dashing around the map until I saw a point of interest. I have to say, overall, this is probably one of the most relaxing games I played all year. I originally didn't intend to do a review on this game, but after playing it, I knew I had to talk about this game and share that experience because it took me by total surprise. I actually played this game in a single session. It completely drew me into this world. It is, however, a pretty short game, with the full game only being a couple hours long. And if you just go through the story beat, you can probably beat this in only about 2 to 3 hours. But I can say, even with that short period of time, this game had me locked in and wanting more when the credits started rolling. Overall, I give Sword of the Sea a 3.5 out of 5. I really wish this game had a little bit more length to it and some more landscapes to visit. This is probably one of the most artistic games I played this year and caught me by complete surprise. This game is absolutely gorgeous and the gameplay is super fun. It, however, seems to fight that gameplay by slamming on the brakes every couple minutes to play cutscenes, which, while beautiful, do get tedious after a certain point. The game also has some platforming parts that were more frustrating than anything to go through, forcing you to slow down when the game really shines when you're able to zip around the world taking everything in. I didn't know what to expect going into this game, but I was left wanting more of it. If you like the idea of an explorative surfing game, this is one that you will most definitely want to check out. If you've played Sword of the Sea, let us know in the comments what you thought of this game. And if you like this review and want to see more, click that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot and lets us know that this is the kind of content you want to keep seeing. If you have suggestions for other games you think we should play, let us know as well. Until next time, this has been Brad with the Bickering Nerds.